Hello. We're ready to go. Welcome back, everyone. Let's get the show on the road. Can I have your attention, please? Please be seated. Welcome to finish your dessert and coffee. Great lunch, and I hope everyone had an enjoyable lunch. I'd like to welcome everybody to the room, as well as our hopefully multiple number of fans out there on the FEF live stream luncheon. So hello, live streamers, or whatever you might call them. So we're really welcoming our family and friends that could not necessarily be here but want to enjoy our annual awards luncheon. So we're excited about that. And let's get underway. Without further ado, I'll turn things over to FEF Board President, Mike Petrus. Mike?
Oh, they turned the page on me. Good Lord. So thank you, Brian, and welcome everyone to our 2024 College Industry Conference. We want to thank all our CIC sponsors, and we appreciate your support in helping make this such a successful program. So just give everyone a round of applause for what they've done for this group. I can say it's truly been my honor to be the FEF Board of Directors President during these past few months. I am truly privileged to lead a diverse group of volunteers, and they are volunteers, who sit on our board and our committees and help FEF continue to move our mission forward. I would ask all our board and committee members in the room to stand, and let's give them a round of recognition. So now I would like to introduce Will Tinker, FEF Executive Board Member, past E.J. Walsh Awardee, FEF alumni, and President of Tinker Omega Cento, to present the E.J. Walsh Award.
Yeah, Will. Well, it's now my honor and privilege to present the E.J. Walsh Award, FEF's highest award and honor for service. The Walsh Award is named after FEF's second executive director. Ed Walsh took over just 4 years after FEF was formed in 1947. He served for 33 years. The list of awardees is made up of a group of leaders who have made their mark with FEF. The recipient of this year's E.J. Walsh Award has been involved with FEF for over 25 years. They've attended every CIC and annual meeting since 1996. They've also visited all the current FEF certified schools except for one, many of them several times. Over their years in the industry, they have worked with 29 FEF board presidents, over 175 board members. During this time, they've also interacted with over 80 FEF professors, nearly 4,500 students, and scores of men and women working in the foundry industry. Networking with board, professors, alumni, and industry personnel has created some fun relationships over the years. Visiting schools and foundries, school foundries, and company plants has provided some really great memories. Organizing the CIC is also a highlight. Working with students to make sure they know what to expect even before they arrive, and ensuring it's a memorable and hopefully life-changing event has always been the goal. When she came into the metal casting industry, she had no idea what metal casting was. But now, after 29 years, she can pour a pretty mean casting. I'm proud to announce the 2024 E.J. Walsh Award winner, FEF staff member Pam Lechner.
Okay. First, let me say, Jason said he would say my words for me. Because, and I'd also like to say for those of you who have won or been presented with the E.J. Walsh Award, I think it's better if you don't know, because I knew, and it got worse and worse. Like right now is the worst. First of all, thank you for this honor. And like Will mentioned, when I came into the industry, I did have no idea what metal casting was. I didn't know what a foundry was. And it took me about 5 years before I actually poured my first casting. We went to Platteville one time for a meeting, and I was able to ram and shake and actually pour the casting. I have absolutely no idea. I can't remember what I made, but the one thing that did stick in my brain is that at one point I looked down and my shoe was smoking, and that's because nobody warned me that you shouldn't step where the crucible has been sitting. So it made a memorable impression on me, but I still like to pour, so it didn't stop me from that. Did I already say I have words? Because I have to find my place now. Even after all my 29 years, I don't use all the right words. I know that. I don't know the right words to say for processes or tools or anything like that. I don't know the math or the science of how to make a great casting, but if you put the silver things on me and let me pour, it's fun. I love doing it. And the thing that I think I like or enjoy most about my job is the people. The students, the professors, the FEF board, even though some of them give me a really hard time, thank you very much. And all of you guys, because I've known a lot of you all my 29 years, which I think is pretty cool. And then some of you are new to the family of FEF, and to everybody, I really appreciate the camaraderie and the fun that we can have together. That is really one of the things I enjoy. I'm glad it's not all business all the time. We can have fun and goof off. That just makes it more fun. And to the students, I wanted to say, honestly, if you choose metal casting as your future job, you're choosing wisely. You won't be disappointed with what you've chosen. The people in this room will be your workmates, your mentors, and they'll turn into your friends as well. And they'll be your biggest supporters, because everybody in this room wants you to succeed and wants you to help the industry grow. So thank you to everybody, the executive committee, yeah, thank you. And everybody who, I appreciate this, thank you for the honor.
So now I'd like to invite FEF First Vice President Jason Gutierrez to the podium to assist me with the scholarship presentations. So many organizations serve the metal casting industry and partner with FEF to support scholarships. These scholarships, chosen by a specific selection committee, us, from each organization highlight their mission and encourage young talent to continue their academic journey. For all the scholarship presentations going forward, Nick Basic and Tom Dempsey are going to take the mic and run to the key professor of the student for some very brief insights. Also, we ask each delegate to make a few comments after they quickly come to the stage to receive their scholarship.
The Ductile Iron Society Keith Millis Scholarships have a long tradition with our CIC and were established to honor the life work of Keith Millis, who was the inventor of ductile iron and the first executive director of the Ductile Iron Society. Keith also supported his interest in educating the next generation of metal casters by being FEF board president in 1967. Representing the Ductile Iron Society is Technical Director Michelle Ring and President Lenny Bosage. Michelle and Lenny, please join me at the podium. 4 scholarships will be awarded this year. Students do not need to be a CIC delegate to receive this scholarship. The recipients are Key Professor Alan Druschitz, School, Virginia Tech. The student is Nicole Powell.
Nikki is our AFS Student Chapter President, tireless worker in the Foundry. She gets a kick out of it when I say, number 2, make this happen. She is my undergraduate teaching assistant, and her philosophy is we're just going to get it done. And we just finished some castings for the Museum of the Marine Corps earlier this week. Congratulations, Nikki.
I wouldn't be here without Dr. Alan Druschitz. I had no idea what the metal casting industry was until I took his class. So thank you, Doc, for giving me this opportunity, and thank you so much to everyone else.
The next student is Key Professor Paul Lynch, School, Penn State Behrend. The student is Kylie Friend.
Thank you. Kylie, congratulations. So Kylie came to us. She's from Erie, Pennsylvania. She went to McDowell High School in Erie. And Kylie was actually in a manufacturing program in high school, which is actually becoming a model across the nation. So she came in and got involved in her freshman year. And Kylie actually did a internship at Hodge Foundry in Greenville, where she worked got her first iron experience as a freshman. Last year, she worked for Wabtec. We have a very strong executive board. Our students are AFS Student Chapter, and Kylie is our AFS Student Chapter President. Kylie is much deserved, and I also found out this morning, this is a big day for you, huh?
Yes, it's my birthday today.
So today is Kylie's 21st birthday. So happy birthday.
It's thanks.
Thank you so much, everybody. That means a lot to me. So it really is thanks to Dr. Lynch for introducing me to the world of the Foundry, and oh my gosh. Thank you so much for this scholarship. It will help me focus on my education, and it's so nice to meet every single one of you. Thank you for having me.
Key Professor Alan Druschitz, School, Virginia Tech. The student is Ashley Lacey.
Ashley is our AFS Student Chapter Vice President. She did an internship at Tyler Union this summer, and her interests are a little bit different. She didn't want to just be out on the floor doing metallurgy and melting. She's also interested in environmental health and safety. Congratulations, Ashley, well done.
I just want to say thank you so much. I really would not be where I am today without Doc. He has done everything for me and given me all these opportunities. And I just also want to thank FEF for giving me this scholarship. So thank you so much.
Not present is Glenn Muzzy, Penn State. We accept this award on his behalf. Congratulations, everybody.
Norman Lillebeck was a renowned foundryman, a metallurgical engineer, and a scientist. He was considered the engineer's engineer by his peers and shared his knowledge with enthusiasm, kindness, and humility. The family and friends of Norman Lillebeck established this endowment to honor dedication, character, and professional integrity. 2 scholarships will be presented. Tim Hoyt, representing the Lillebeck family, will help with the presentation. The first scholarship goes to Key Professor Charlie Monroe, School, the University of Alabama. Roll Tide, there you go. And the student is Brooke Barlow.
So Brooke joined us a little while ago. I still remember distinctly having dinner with her family and trying to convince her not to go to Purdue and to come to Alabama. I'm so glad she did. She chose to come to Alabama. She's been involved in a lot of different activities and currently serves as our Alpha Sigma Mu, so Honor Society for Materials, and is also very involved in AFS as well. She's had a lot of experiences in foundry, and she's currently working on her master's in corrosion, and so this is well deserved. Congratulations.
Honestly, Dr. Monroe is the reason why I'm here. Alabama's incredibly lucky to have him, and we're going to miss him a lot. Really jealous of you, SpaceX. Also, my dad is the only reason I know what metallurgy is. He's the smartest man I've ever met, so big ups to him.
And the second scholarship goes to Key Professor Darrell Weber, School Trine University, and the student is Hayden Smith.
So Hayden plays rugby, and he completely destroyed his ankle, and he's got a plate in his ankle, and he was running around in a boot in the foundry with his knee up on a scooter, shoveling sand, and I had to yell at him not to be out there pouring castings. So he's on his 3rd year of casting steel. He resurrected the AFS student chapter, co-op with Metal Technologies. He's great to have around to pour iron and steel. So congratulations, Hayden.
I just want to say thank you to Dr. Weber. He really brought me back into the casting industry. I'm really glad to meet every single one of you guys. I just want to say thank you very much for the scholarship.
To honor the life work of Ronald W. Ruddle, a FASECO employee from 1957 till he retired in 1983, a scholarship was created in his name in 1988. The awardee, Ryan Bergerman, from Wisconsin-Platteville, is not able to be with us today, but we accept the award on his behalf.
The Carlton H. Metzloff Memorial Scholarship was established by friends and family members to honor his service as a key professor at Erie County Community College in Buffalo for 34 years. Many of his students have become leaders in the metal casting industry and or in academics. This scholarship supports students who might consider choosing a career in education with an emphasis on metal casting and ultimately develop into a FEF key professor. Helping with the presentation today is Carlton's son, FEF key professor, Dr. Kyle Metzloff. Key professor, Russ Rosemate. School, Pittsburgh State. Student is Quentin Holmes.
Well, I've known Quentin for 20 years, and he got involved in the metal casting business by having the misfortune of being my waiter at a restaurant. And he was my waiter for an event we were doing for the investment casting business, and he said, "What do you guys all do?" And I said, "Well, we do investment casting." And he goes, "What's that?" And I said, "Well, you need to come and see me." And the next day, he changed his major. He's completing his graduate degree, and he has worked for Auburn Investment Casting, ran a machine shop for quite a few years. And his real interest came being part of Pittsburgh State because he was our development officer. And he has the ability to go into all alumni's pockets and the industry and pull out cash, hopefully. So he'll be a good FEF professor.
Thanks, Russ. As I'm entering my final year as an undergrad to be an elementary school teacher, Russ convinced me otherwise. Wouldn't change it. Thank you to the selection committee. Thank you to FEF. I've heard it 10,000 times. Russ wears Shaq shoes. I get it. They're huge. They're hard to fill, but I'll do my best. Thank you.
Our awards luncheon partners assist FEF in making the CIC such a great event. We recognize our awards luncheon partners through company videos during our general session this morning and scholarship presentations during lunch. Their videos showed the diversity of our industry and how exciting the future of metal casting is. Our first awards luncheon partner scholarship is Wapaka Foundry. Phil Etherton, Human Resource Manager, will join us on the podium to help with the presentation. The student receiving the Wapaka 2024 CIC Annual Luncheon Partner Scholarship is Key Professor Ming-Chi Xu, Georgia Southern, and the student is Drew Cutters.
Well, Drew came to our foundry as a first semester freshman, and now is just starting sophomore year. Been with us for about a year now, doing lots of help work around the foundry on different projects. And I had an intern already as a freshman year student and as SDI, and working on some interesting things over there. And in addition, Drew now is working on designing the platform and the dump pit for our new induction furnace that I got from Dr. Chip.
Well,
right there. Yeah. All right, congrats,
Drew. Dr. Zhu, I appreciate his help with getting me involved in the foundry. And by the way, it's Kiters.
Well.
No offense taken. Most people get it wrong the first time anyway.
Pam, phonetically.
Thank you, guys.
And congratulations and thank you again to Wapaka for your continued support of FEF.
Our next awards luncheon partner scholarship is the McWayne family of metal casting facilities, which includes Clow Valve, M&H Valve, and Tyler Union. Representing the McWayne group is John Pollard. John, please join us. Receiving the McWayne 2024 CIC Annual Luncheon Partner Scholarship is Key Professor Charlie Monroe, School, University of Alabama. The student is Sarah Naughton.
So shortly after I started over at Alabama, the foundry was in a place. It was during COVID. It was during 2020. So I just remember distinctly meeting with Sarah in 2021. We were working on cast and steel, and we poured the first set of swords out of, in a very unusual circumstances, out of the tiny little melter. So she's put up with me for all the time that I've been there, and I'm very proud of her and proud of this scholarship. She's our current AFS president, and I'm just proud of her and excited to see what she does next. So.
I'd just like to thank FEF so much for the opportunities that it's provided me. And Dr. Monroe, I have had such opportunities for growth in the campus foundry. And it's given me opportunities to not only be exposed to this industry, but also to just get my hands dirty, which has been so much more valuable than anything I could learn in a classroom, in my opinion. And roll tide.
Congratulations, and thank you again to the McWayne Group for their continued support of FEF.
Our next awards luncheon partner is Grady. Representing Grady is Patrick Klusner. Please join us at the podium. Receiving the Grady 2024 CIC Annual Luncheon Partner Scholarship is Professor Efren Almanza, School Tech Saltillo, and the student is Perla Guerrero.
Perla actually is la president of the Mexican student chapter. She has involved many freshman and summer students in projects in the Foundry Lab of Tech Saltillo. Congratulations, Perla.
Thanks for the FEF and my professor for different opportunities. Oh, thanks.
So congratulations and thank you again to Grady for your continued support of the FEF.
Our final awards luncheon partner is Metal Technologies. Representing Metal Technologies is Kramer Purcell. Please join us at the podium. Receiving the Metal Technologies 2024 CIC Annual Luncheon Partner Scholarship is Key Professor Fred Vondra, School, Tennessee Tech. The student is Jake Officer.
Years ago, they came up with the Energizer Bunny. Everybody's familiar with that? Well, it was patterned after this young man, Jake. He is 100 miles an hour or he's sleeping. He's already published numerous times as an undergrad and found his love in the metal casting industry, and I am so dang proud of you, young man. Good job.
So I prayed long and hard before I came to Tennessee Tech. I actually wanted to be a film student, so yeah, that didn't work out. But I remember very keenly that I had a meeting with Dr. Vondra because I didn't know what I wanted to do, and he looked at me. He's like, well, just so you know, once you step in the foundry, you're not leaving. And that's exactly what's happened. I stepped foot in the foundry and never gotten the smell of green sand out of my clothes since. So I want to thank you, Dr. Vondra. I want to thank God, and I want to thank my wife, Kylie, for supporting me through everything I do. And thank you to FEF for this opportunity.
Congratulations and thank you to Metal Technologies for your continued support of FEF. Thank you to each of our luncheon partners for supporting our college industry conference.
The scholarships presented at the CIC are from endowments established by with the FEF by individuals and organizations to provide support for young talent and assist them in their education to graduate into a career in the metal casting industry.
Student delegates who meet all the qualifications are chosen by their key professor to attend the CIC. Every delegate who applied for the CIC scholarships is being presented today with independently ranked by FEF executive board members based on the established criteria given to the students. The top-ranked students are chosen for these scholarships.
During the 2023-2024 school year, 250 students received scholarships, and over $1.97 million in scholarship and program-related support was provided to FEF schools. Today, a total of $98,500 will be awarded in scholarships. This conference is unique as it focuses solely on the metal casting industry talent acquisition efforts.
As we introduce the name of the scholarship, some of the donors and company representatives are here to assist with the presentations. Please come up to the center stage as you hear your scholarship being introduced.
Students were not made aware of their selection. Students, when you hear your name, please quickly make your way to the microphone on the stage and make a few comments. And key professor, stand so we can get the mic to you and make a brief remark about the student.
Carl Loper, the former key professor at the University of Wisconsin-Madison, and his wife Jane established the Loper Award in 2006. This award honors his life as a professor, his many accomplishments in our industry, and his work in educating many of the best leaders in our industry. The Loper Award is one of FEF's premier level scholarships. The recipient of the Loper Award is Key Professor Mingzi Zhu. School is Georgia Southern, and the student is Michael Jones.
Well, Michael is finishing his master's with us this year, and his research is working on NDT, various NDT methods in casting processes. He's been spending 5 summers at 3 different companies for internships. He had 2 at GE, 1 at Taylor Union, and 2 at Grady. So I'm pretty certain after the CIC, he might take the offer and join Grady for the good, right? Is that right? Yep. But regardlessly, congrats, Michael.
Thank you so much. FEF has provided me with so many opportunities and has really helped me, not just in helping fund my, career in the university, but also helping me find jobs and internships. Thank you to Dr. Zhu and Dr. Ching for teaching me so much and for feeding me pizza for the last 5.5 years. I'm so grateful for this. Thank you so much.
Established in 1999, the Robert Wolf Endowment honors Key Professor Bob Wolf for his many years at Missouri-Rolla, now known as Missouri University of Science and Technology. Key Professor Laura Bartlett, School, Missouri University of Science and Technology, and the student is Aiden Yan.
Well, congratulations, Aiden. Aiden is a great choice for this scholarship. He has completed an internship at American Foundry Group in Oklahoma, and he's also been a driving force and a constant presence in our foundry. In addition to that, he's worked on several different research projects, including a cast steel project for the military, as well as an AFS-funded research project involving looking at the effect of boron in ductile iron. So congratulations, Aiden.
Thank you very much, everyone. I just want to say thank you very much, Dr. Bartlett. You've been a guiding figure through my time in the casting industry. Thank you very much, FEF, for just the opportunity to be here. Without the scholarship, this has been more than a valuable trip for me. And getting on a little bit of a personal note, the scholarship's going to go a long way. My mom was just diagnosed with breast cancer, so the funding for school has had to go for treatment with medical care, so this is going to go a long way. Thank you guys, everyone.
Established in 2006 by Wapaka Foundry upon his retirement, the Gary Tho Scholarship honors Gary's leadership and commitment to metal casting. Phil Etherton, Human Resources Manager of Wapaka Foundry, will assist in the presentation. Key Professor Scott Geis, School is Northern Iowa. The student is Maurice Kubata.
Congratulations, Maurice. Maurice came to us about a year ago, and he was actually, if you meet him, he's like the most reserved person, but as soon as you break that ice, he'll just love talking to you about what he's doing with his research project. He's been working at the Metal Casting Center, working on a sensor development in green sand molding. So congratulations, Maurice.
First of all, I'd like to thank Almighty God for this opportunity. Then I'd like to thank Professor Scott for helping me out throughout my studies in the University of Northern Iowa. And then I also like to thank Nate. He was my supervisor during my internship at the UNI Metal Casting Center. Then lastly, I would like to thank FEF for the opportunity given to me. I'm an international student, and I guess this is the first time this is happening, so thank you all.
In 1997, Wapaka Foundry established the Donald Brunner Endowment Fund to honor the chairman of the board and chief executive officer. Don was a key innovator in the company's growth from a small operation of 13 people in 1995 to more than 4,000 in multiple plants today. Phil will again assist in this presentation. Key Professor Ningzi Zhu, School, Georgia Southern. The student is Benjamin Trofimuk.
Well, Ben is very versatile. So it's been interning at Frito-Lay, a potato chips manufacturer, manufacturing chips. And then at a PCC, airfoil and investment caster place manufacture turbine blades. So he's also the leader, the president for our Baja team on campus, and been my group for about a year, helping around the foundry, doing a lot of manufacturing, machining, welding, you name it, a bunch of different stuff. And congrats, Ben.
Hello, everyone. I just want to thank Dr. Shu for getting me involved on campus and outside of school and homework and whatnot. I want to thank my parents for telling me to get involved on campus. I definitely wouldn't be where I am without actually getting involved with AFS and the clubs on campus. And lastly, I want to thank FEF and God. So thank y'all.
The Reisman family established the Robert Reisman Memorial Endowment in 1997 to honor Bob Reisman's commitment to the metal casting industry. Bob was president of FEF in 1996. Mike Reisman, representing the Reisman family, is here today to make the presentation. Key Professor Russ Rosemate, School, Pittsburgh State, and the student is Seth Phillips.
Seth has a good experience in metal casting. He works for Amstead Rail a couple of summers ago, and he also was the lead on one of our Halligan Bar teams last spring. If he looks tired, that's because he just completed his 6-month internship with A.W. Bell in Melbourne, Australia, where he did a lot of casting work and quality. And he is currently completing his graduate degree. Congratulations.
Hello, everybody. I just want to first say thank you to Dr. Russ Rosemate. He's done a lot for me in my studies. And then thank you, FEF, for the scholarship.
To make sure young talent continues to enter our industry, Gary and Jean Giganti, both trained metallurgists, established Both trained metallurgists established the Gary and Jean Gigante Endowed Scholarship. Gary is the retired president and CEO of Wapaka Foundry. The Gigante Scholarship is one of FEF's premier level scholarships. Key professor, Kyle Metzloff. School, Wisconsin-Platteville. The student is Sean McCarthy.
So Sean's had a couple of internships and co-ops. He was at Olson Aluminum and at Wapaka Foundry 2-3. He's their current treasurer and has kept our books straight more than anyone in the past, and probably straightened some things out from the past. Also is responsible for getting us a bunch of money from our student fees and into the club so that we can go to places like this and on plant tours and such. So congratulations, Sean.
So first off, I definitely want to thank Kyle Metzloff and Henry Freer. If it wasn't for them getting me exposed in the foundry industry in general, I definitely would be probably just chilling around, not really having a whole lot of fun, especially in the metals lab. The two other people I really want to thank are my mom and dad. Those two, they have no relation to manufacturing in general. My dad's education, my mom's assisted living, and they're discipline throughout my life, making sure if I'm gonna stick to something like AFS or just college in general, I gotta be full commitment. I mean, going halfway just really won't cut it for them. So I really wanna thank them for that. Two other guys who, one actually works with General Kinematics, Ross and Mangone. He's been a huge help to me. He was the one who exposed me as well, getting more involved with AFS, and Mitch Milner, who's up in North Dakota now. So he's having a lot of fun for whatever happens in North Dakota. Thank you, guys.
The William L. Tordoff Memorial Scholarship was created in 2016 by Friends of Bill Tordoff to honor his many years in the metal casting industry as an employee of Ashland ASK Chemicals. Bill also served on the FEF Board of Directors for nearly 10 years. Key professor, Efren Almanza, School Tech Saltillo, and student is Ileana Valdez.
Wow. Ileana is the vice president of the Mexican student chapter. Also, she has involved in many hands-on activities, organized seminars, organized courses with their team. Well deserved. Congratulations, Ileana.
Hi, everyone. Well, I just want to say thank you to the FEF for all the support. And, well, I think as students, there is a really good opportunity to attend an event like this one, where we have the opportunity to start getting involved with people from metal casting industry. So thank you so much for that, FEF. And of course, thanks to my key professor, Efrain Almanza, for always trying to encourage the students to give their best. Thank you.
Chester Nass was the 11th FEF president, serving in 1957. The Chester Nass Endowment was created by family and friends in 1967. Mr. Nass served as the AFS International Director and also presented the AFS Hoyt Memorial Lecture at the 70th AFS Casting Congress. Key professor, Alan Druschitz, School, Virginia Tech, and the student is Hannah Bogert.
Hannah has been working on friction stir additive manufacturing for about 1.5 years, and we finally convinced her, instead of turning metal into the consistency of butter, melting it is a much better route. So congratulations, Hannah.
I want to thank Dr. Alan Druschitz for showing me the foundry and metal casting.
as well as my parents for encouraging me to pursue my dreams, and also the Lord for just blessing me so much. I'm so blessed to be here. And thank you, FEF, for this scholarship. This means so much.
In 2003, the Badger Mining Cliffordshire Endowment was established in honor of Cliffordshire, who founded the C.A. Shire Sand Company, now Badger Mining, in 1949 in Wisconsin. Deanne Bramer, great-great-granddaughter of Clifford, fourth-generation Shire family member, is with us from Badger Mining to assist in the presentation of this scholarship award. Key professor is Frank Pfefferkorn. School is Wisconsin-Madison. The student is Ivan Cermak.
So Ivan was convinced to pursue a major in material science and engineering with an emphasis on metallurgy based on a casting demonstration that he didn't even see, but was told about by his father and brother. So the power of demos is quite strong. He joined AFS student chapter as a freshman. He's now the co-president and enjoys participating in as many casting events as possible, including cast and steel competition. Congratulations, Ivan.
All right. Well, I guess first I have to thank Badger Mining and the Shire family, but also FEF for putting on this great conference and giving me the opportunity to be here, as well as Professors Pfefferkorn and Metzloff for bringing me here. Yeah, well, I'm very grateful to have received the scholarship, and thank you so much.
The family of Jim and Catherine Keating established the James P. and Catherine Keating Endowment in 1984. Jim worked for Neenah Foundry, attending every CIC during his lifetime, and was president of FEF in 1982. Key professor, Ming-Chi Xu. School, Georgia Southern. And the student is Noah Brack.
So there is a long list of achievements Noah has made in the past 5 years in the foundry working for me. So it's now working on his master's, and he was also the recipient for the Centil Leadership Scholarship recipient for the past week. And it was also our past chapter president. And his research currently is also funded by AFS and also the National Science Foundation. And congrats, Noah.
Thank you. So thank you to Dr. Zhu, and thank you to FEF. Thank you to the family that provided the scholarship as well. If I was to stay up here and thank everyone that helped me along this journey, it would take all afternoon, so I can't do that. But just know I'm very grateful, and I can't wait to pursue a career in metal casting. Thank you all.
And now I'd like to ask Lizeth Medina Belliet, a graduate of Tech Saltillo, the FEF's second vice president, and an officer of the AFS Women in Metal Casting Group, to join us on the platform for the next presentation.
Thank you, Mike. As one of FEF Premier Level Scholarship, the Dr. Catherine Mortimer Scholarship for Women in Metal Casting was established in 2014 by Dr. Mortimer and her husband, John, to help increase the number of women pursuing a career in metal casting. I think we all agree that we're better as a society. We have the ability to do what we want to do, except menaces. Don't be a menace. So these type of scholarships try to change the narrative that women cannot go into STEM or pursue a career in metal casting. Your turn, Mike.
Oh. Where are you at? Oh, thank you, Liz. And the scholarship is awarded to Key Professor Louis Treba, School, Texas State, and the student is Margaret Lee.
I'm so happy to introduce Margaret Lee to you. I think Margaret has an uncanny ability to hear high-frequency sounds, because whenever we fire up our induction furnace, Margaret is right there, ready to pour. She's been instrumental in our foundry program for the 5 years I've been at Texas State. She's going to complete her master's degree this January. Very happy for Margaret. Can't wait to see the great things she does.
Thank you, sir, for those very kind words. So I can honestly say I wouldn't be here today if it weren't for the people I've had in my life. I want to say thank you to my friends. You always encourage me to put my best foot forward and be my best self, especially those who are here with me today. I want to thank CIC and the industry, all the industry people, because it's not possible if you aren't here to help us out. And I would like to thank my professors, Dr. Louis Treba and Dr. H, who are here today, who have supported me and encouraged me, and I'm very proud of where I am today. So thank you very much.
The Linda Steele Memorial Scholarship was established by her family and friends to honor Linda's support of the Foundry Educational Foundation and to continue the mission of FEF to provide young talent to our industry. Key professor, Charlie Monroe. School, University of Alabama. The student is Emma Lewis.
Emma's taking our metal casting class this semester, but she had a prior experience to taking the class already, having worked at Chromalloy as an intern there over the summer. And so she came with a wealth of knowledge. I lean on her quite a lot for examples, demonstrations, things that she saw during her internship there. She was able to 3D print and start making some skillets, which I'm hoping to leverage going on in the future, some other things that we pour in the foundry. So really privileged to have her in class and in our class dynamic. And then also she's working on her master's as well. So I see good things in her future. So congratulations.
Excuse me. I first want to thank Dr. Danowitz. He's not here, but he cornered my mom in the Student Center during my orientation, and I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him convincing me to change my major. I would also, of course, like to thank Dr. Monroe. I wouldn't be here without him, and I'm going to miss him so much when he's at SpaceX. And I would also like to thank Chromalloy for all the opportunities that I got, and my friends, and, everything else. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. The AFS Saginaw Valley chapter established this endowment in 2002 to further extend their national educational outreach and commitment to the foundry industry. The key professor is Paul Sanders, the school is Michigan Tech, and the student is Dante Copa. And unfortunately, Dante couldn't be here today, so we will accept this honor on his behalf.
In 1997, at the 50th anniversary of the founding of FEF, the Modern Casting Partners Endowment was established. This endowment was developed through a partnership between Modern Casting magazine and its advertisers. Making the presentation today is David Gilson, AFS First Vice President. Key professor, Laura Bartlett. School, Missouri University of Science and Technology. The student is Elizabeth Say.
Well, congratulations, Elizabeth. So Elizabeth has done an internship at one of the previous foundries that I worked at, also as an intern, at Wapaka in Tell City. She's also been a constant force in our foundry as a member of AFS. And I hope she will continue to work in the foundry, and she's looking for an internship or a full-time job in metal casting. And she's also a Doctor Who fan, which I personally like because I'm also a Doctor Who fan. And so congratulations, Elizabeth.
All right, so
I first want to thank Dr. Bartlett for the opportunity to come here today. She was my introduction to metal casting my sophomore year. And ever since then, it's just been so fascinating learning all the different new things as I progress through the industry. I also want to thank FEF. The opportunity to come here and visit Chicago was absolutely wonderful. I've definitely met lots of people that I'll probably continue to interact with throughout my career. So thank you so much.
Established in 1992, the AFS Detroit Windsor Chapter Endowment honoring George Booth was established. This scholarship honors George's long service to our industry. Key Professor Paul Sanders, School, Michigan Tech, and the student is Natalie Johnson.
Nat is a mechanical engineer with an interest in manufacturing. Last summer, Nat worked at Howmet and helped expand their investment casting capability in Whitehall, Michigan. Nat took my metal casting class this fall where we got to meet, and I was able to invite her to CAC. Congrats, Nat.
I'd like to thank Dr. Paul and Pete and Izzy for teaching me basically everything I know about metal casting at this point. And I'd also like to thank FEF and the incredibly generous donors for this opportunity. Thank you.
The B. Lee and Carol Tuttle Memorial Scholarship was established by family and friends to honor their work with FEF students as key professor and mentors. This award is dedicated to all the students taught by Dr. Tuttle and mentored by both B. Lee and Carol. Helping to present the scholarship is their son, Dr. Robert Tuttle, Western Michigan University. Key Professor Sam Ramratton, School, Western Michigan, and the student is Xavier Berger.
Xavier, or as I like to call him, X-Burger, that's the size that he has them, is a kind and generous young man of unquestioned intelligence and integrity. That is not surprising to me because his dad, he's a chip of the old block. His dad was also an FEF scholar, and he's aiming to be a second-generation foundry engineer. Xavier is also a student leader. He is a champion for us on our casting competition. He's always there to assist Dr. Tuttle and I when we have those needs in the lab, as well as he assists for more than 3 summers in our high school short course. He's assistant as a chaperone. That's a tough job. And apart from all the busy things he does, he's also found time for internship in the industry. So I'm sure that upon graduation, he'll be joining us in this great industry. Congrats, Xavier.
Thank you. I would like to give thanks to Dr. Ramratton and Dr. Tuttle for inspiring my love of metal casting. I would like to thank my parents for always pushing me to learn, always pushing me to continue learning, and pushing me to never give up. I would like to thank the Lord for guiding me through all challenges in my life, and I cannot wait to see where my career in metal casting takes me. Thank you.
Created in 2000, the Magma Scholarship was established in honor of John Swoboda, who was a longtime leader at Magma. John also worked for many years at the Steel Founders Society of America. Helping with the presentation is Steve Sikorsky, president of Magma. Key Professor Louis Treba, School, Texas State. The student is Ryan Rios.
So Ryan has been extremely involved with our AFS chapter for over 3 years now. He's our current president. He's done 2 internships at EJ. He's been involved in cast and steel. I know he loves casting simulation. And he's the type of student who pushes you to do things that you never thought you could do. He's always asking me questions. Dr. Treba, what if? Yep, and there we go. So congratulations, Ryan.
First off, I'd like to thank Magma for the scholarship. I'd like to thank the selection committee for selecting me. And I'd like to thank FEF for all the opportunities that you give the students. So I'd like to thank Dr. Treba for always telling me it depends when I ask the what ifs. So thank you.
The AFS Southwestern Ohio chapter established this endowment in 1995 to support the mission of FEF to bring young talent into the metal casting industry. Angela Schmeiser, St. Mary's Foundry, will represent the chapter and present the award. And the key professor is Daryl Weber. The school is Trine University, and the student is Caleb Brown.
Caleb kind of flew under my radar for a long time. I knew him as this really quiet mechanical engineering student that would turn in amazing homework. And then his younger brother showed up in my office on a prospective student visit, and I found out he was working in a green sound foundry with iron, Assam cold water manufacturing, and I got him roped into this thing. So he's basically working full-time as a foundry engineer while finishing his mechanical engineering degree. Congratulations, Caleb.
Yeah, I'd like to give a huge thank you to Dr. Weber and Trine University for introducing me into the casting industry. I would like to thank FEF for putting on this amazing event, and I've had a great time getting to meet some incredible people this weekend. Thank you.
In 1984, lifetime patron Don Burtwhistle from Ludington, Michigan, established an endowment in honor of his sons, Ron and Glenn Burtwhistle. Don was a longtime member of the FEF Board of Directors and president of Great Lakes Casting Corporation. 2 scholarships will be presented. The first scholarship award goes to Key Professor Haibin Ning, School UAB, and the student is Zeta Ross.
Zeta is a great student, and she started as an artist. Can you believe that? But after she visited our foundry and helped out with the Open Foundry Days, all those activities, and she's convinced she's going to join us as a metallurgist and working at metal casting group. So congrats, Zeta.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, FEF, and for having me, and thank you to our very hardworking professor, Dr. Ning, for all his encouragement throughout the process and supporting all of us UAB students. Thank you.
And the second scholarship award goes to Key Professor Mingji Xu, School Georgia Southern, and the student is James Vatava.
Well, James been working at our foundry for about 3-4 years as a freshman, and his current research is on using vibration technology to determine the microstructure between CGI and ductile irons. And he has internships at ArcelorMittal the past summer, and currently working for a permanent position in the foundry industry. Well done, James.
Like to thank Dr. Zhu. Without him, I wouldn't be here. Probably still working at McDonald's, so I'm very thankful for that. Thank you for FEF and the donors for the scholarship, and thank my mom and dad for pushing me. And I would like to thank Noah Brack. He has been a mentor to me throughout my year, and I've asked a lot of questions, and he's answered them all for me, so I'd like to thank him again. So thank you, FEF, again.
The Bill Sorensen Scholarship was established in 2014 in honor of Bill's retirement as FEF's longtime executive director. Bill Sorensen, FEF Executive Director Emeritus, joins us today and will help present the award. Key Professor, Bob Voigt, School, Penn State. The student is Nimai Nangunuri.
Congratulations, Nimai. He's had solid internships at Buck Company and Donsko, where he learned what it takes to work in a foundry. He's also a Renaissance man. He has more interest than any other student I've had over the years. He's now doing improv just to develop his communication skills. So I could talk more, but I'll stop now. Congratulations, Nimai.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to be here. I would like to thank Dr. White for all the guidance and support I've received in the metal casting industry. Thank you to my mom, who has done so much and sacrificed a lot for me to be here. And this is not just a financial support, but a investment to the next generation of the engineers. I appreciate it all. Thank you.
The AFS Texas chapter, Dr. Robert Habengrather Endowed Scholarship, was established in 2013. In 2023, it was renamed to honor Dr. Robert Habengrather, recognizing his long-term service as key professor at Texas State University. So helping with the presentation is Dr. Robert Habengrather, FEF Professor Emeritus. I'm waiting. So the key professor is Louis Treba. The school is Texas State, and the student is Justin Young.
All right, so congratulations, Jay. Jay is just a force of optimism. He's been involved in AFS for 2 years now, got involved with cast and steel. He's been an AFS officer, and like I said, he just brings a lot of joy and happiness to everything we do. So congratulations, Jay. You're very, very deserving.
Never get those pictures right with you. No, I was kidding. Thank you. Praise you, Jesus, for this opportunity. I'm very grateful to be here. I didn't know where I was going to end up, but he did. He led me right to Texas State, and Dr. T is absolutely amazing. Everybody part of that organization is amazing. I'm grateful. Thank you for everybody here. Thank you for what you've done in the past, Dr. Habengrather, and thank you for FEF for this opportunity. I'm very grateful. You have a good one.
Moment to thank everyone. It's a great group of people to have your name involved with. I'm very proud of that. I want to thank the Texas AFS chapter for the honor of this, and FEF for what they've done. And my wife, Deborah, who is here, and I will continue to contribute to this as long as I'm alive. Thank you.
Thank you.
So this completes our scholarship awards this afternoon. Delegates, we hope the experience of being here at the CIC has been a productive and rewarding event that you will long remember. So let's give all the students a big round of applause.
We're going to talk a little business here. So more than 170 donors helped raise almost $50,000 this fall during our first annual Pour It Forward Blitz, our crowd-funded school-focused competition and campaign. To be exact, I just got the little note here, $55,740. That was from all of you. Woo-hoo! The FEF 2024 Pour It Forward campaign began with a soft push in October and then ended with a two-day fundraising blitz on November 14th and 15th. And I don't apologize for annoying any of you. Where competition winners were decided. The campaign raises scholarship and program support funds for our universities and reinforces the power of fostering students' success through philanthropy. Celebrating the spirit of generosity and unity, Pour It Forward embodies the dedicated support of our FEF alumni and friends who continuously champion our mission. To celebrate the impact of FEF donors, 3 trophies were part of this year's competition. This is the first announcement of the winners for 2024. The overall donor participation trophy goes to Kent State. The new donor trophy has a tie. The first is Cal Poly Pomona. Go Broncos. The second is Instituto Tecnológico de Saltillo. The highest % of increase in monetary donations, University of Alabama, Tuscaloosa.
Roll Tide.
We want to thank everyone who helped Pour It Forward. We especially want to highlight our Pour It Forward school ambassadors who continued to push and prod their colleagues to donate during this campaign. Will all the ambassadors who helped with the campaign please stand? Let's give them a round of applause. Trophy presentations for the Pour It Forward campaign will be at the 2025 Cast Expo. All alumni will be invited to these presentations.
For our final award, I would like to ask Angela Schmeiser, President of the American Foundry Society, to return to the podium to present this year's FEF AFS Distinguished Professor Award.
Hello, everyone, and thank you, Mike. The FEF AFS Distinguished Professor Award is an $8,000 award co-sponsored by the Foundry Educational Foundation and the American Foundry Society that goes to a key professor at one of the FEF certified schools. The selection of the recipient is decided annually by the FEF Executive Board based on a set of criteria established at the time the award was created. This year's awardee is an FEF alumni and has held the key professor position at 2 FEF schools. This person's research interests and expertise include metal casting, engineering statistics, steel making, and friction stir welding, with over a dozen published papers in the last 10 years. This professor has received numerous teaching awards, including multiple Excellence in Teaching honors through the National Society of Leadership. Excellence continues as this person defines those characteristics of a professional educator: caring for students, always going the extra mile to help them succeed, advancing metal casting through his research and his skills in metallurgical engineering, and through service, networking, and outreach with industry professionals. These qualities set this FEF key professor apart from many in the education field today, and coupled with his proficiency in helping students gain career opportunities in manufacturing, truly defines faculty excellence. It is my privilege and honor to present the 2024 FEF AFS Distinguished Professor Award on behalf of the Board of Directors of the Foundry Educational Foundation and the American Foundry Society to Dr. Louis Treba, Associate Professor at Texas State University.
Wow, what can I say? This is truly a surprise, and I'm just so humbled to be in the presence of so many great people here and so many people who've influenced my life. FEF truly is an amazing family to be a part of. I hope that many of you coming away from this conference, the young people today, will look at this as a great opportunity to continue to grow your family and to pay it forward, or pour it forward, as we like to say here. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Louis.
I'm turning.
It happened to me earlier. It's okay.
FEF has graduated hundreds of students into leadership careers in our industry. We have legacies at many world-class universities throughout North America because of our key professors. And we have established a top-notch organization whose sole mission is to sustain, grow, and strengthen the metal casting industry.
We are proud to be alumni and friends of FEF and want to thank everyone for their support of our mission. As we continue to move our mission forward, FEF continues to expand its educational reach and is now working on projects to assist in high school recruitment outreach and to develop a strong and expanded internship program with our corporate partners. FEF also could not continue to be a strong organization without a strong and dedicated staff, with Brian, Maureen, Pam, Nick, and Jenny stand and be recognized for all the hard work for today and every day that you give this organization?
We also want to announce that our 2025 Fitness Challenge will have a little different start date. We want as many people as possible to participate and take advantage of the nice outdoor weather. So we switched the start to April, following the conclusion of Cast Expo. Great way to start your fitness goals and get them in place for summer, raise funds for FEF, and compete for great gifts against your colleagues. More details will be on our website soon.
And I want to remind everyone that the annual reception will start at 6:30 in the Michigan Ballroom. There will be great food, and everyone receives 2 free drink tickets, and then there is a cash bar. If you haven't registered for the reception, you can purchase a ticket at the reception tonight or see Pam.
And we know that one party is not enough to end this wonderful conference, so we encourage everyone to join us at the second wrap party right here in this room. If you didn't join us last year, you missed the best end of night celebration ever. We had dancing, we had music, we had karaoke and games, plus food and drink.
We even had board members, FEF staff, and key professors singing. The wrap party is open to all, so put on your party shoes and join the fun.
Before we end our luncheon, I want to remind all scholarship recipients to please assemble up here on stage for a group photo at the conclusion of this program. It will be brief, so come right away and bring your scholarship certificate. This will immediately be followed by the school group photos, so all professors and delegates stay in the ballroom. Photos will be taken when all attendees are present. Other group photos will be taken as time permits. Professors, your meeting starts at 3:30 p.m. in the Erie Room. We are adjourned.